Hey again, kiddies. Good morning, dear. Really, how are you? Yo, bro, what's up? Oh. Hello, dear. How are you today? Hi. Hello. And welcome. So, what does what you say about you? Hi guys, Amy Sharp here. Welcome to another week of creative writing. Now, last time we started off looking at script writing format, or basically how to take that fantastic story out of your head, onto the script, and hopefully then up onto the screen. This week, we're continuing it a step further by looking at dialogue. The first important thing I would like you to keep in mind about dialogue, along with our other two rules with script writing, remember those? Only what you can see and what you can hear, is that dialogue functions in script as just another action. It needs to do something. It needs to serve a purpose. Now this is important because from the amount of novice or beginner scripts that I've read, people have all kinds of very clever and witty things that they want their characters to say, but they don't always pay attention to just why or how they're saying them. And that can lead to some feelings of not really sticking with the character or not portraying who or what they are accurately. Let's try some lines and see how different characters may say them differently. We already went through greetings, so how about, how are you? Hello, dear. How are you today? Are you feeling well? Oh. Good morning, dear. How are you? Hey, what's up? It's been like minutes since I saw you last. Yeah! You cool? Like, how's the fam? So, you managed to hang on this long. Bet it hasn't been easy. There's also, that looks very nice. Dude, that's wicked awesome. Oh, like $1,000,000. Working that swagger. Nice. I like ye. I like ye. Oh my, that is stunning. Ew, getting so fancy. Psh, whatever. Oh, you just look absolutely precious. Or maybe that doesn't look so nice. Oh, that's very provincial. Oh! Oh, that's rich! Oh, no. I think it looks great. Go ahead. Go on. Oh, well. That's not your best look. Oh! It's a joke, right? You weren't actually planning to leave the house like that. There's always, want to go get food? Dude, have you seen my apple? No, like seriously, have you seen my... What'd you do with it? I'm hungry, man. Oh, you poor angel. You just look absolutely famished. You just wait 1 second, I will make you something to eat. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm hungry enough to eat a tiger. You know what I haven't had in a while? Your tears. Each of these has a different impact on how we understand the character. So, what are our rules for where dialogue works? Well, as I said before, dialogue in a script is going to act like action. And to that end, I would like it to show up in 3 places. Number 1, dialogue helps advance the plot. Now, be careful because it's always easy to do any of these heavy-handed. By advance the plot, I do not mean exposition, where one character stands and delivers a long 3 to 5 minute monologue on exactly what the plans were, what everyone's doing, everybody's backstory and all that up to that point. That's just a bit too much. So by advance the plot, this should really be more conversations that reveal the direction of the plot. Alright? Number 2, dialogue can tell us about the character. Well, we've already seen that to a certain extent, how different characters' personalities should speak and should phrase things differently. But finally, dialogue is also able to show us something about the world. In this, I'm particularly thinking of any movie that's been a little bit more fantasy or fiction or sci-fi. This could be anything, of course, from Avatar, but honestly I'm also thinking of Nadsat, the particular language that Alex and his friends use in A Clockwork Orange. If you don't know what I'm talking about with some of these examples, go check it out. They're all interesting examples of dialogue, not just giving us plot, but also telling us something about the way the characters and the world works. So let's take a look at what doing dialogue in your screenwriting software might look like. Now, last time I gave you a couple of suggestions. I'm just going to start out with my favorite program, Celtics, but grab your own. Use whatever tool you're comfortable and familiar with. All right. First and foremost, we of course have our slug line, our scene header. Why is this important again? Because this gives us location, location, location. Even though you're only thinking of this as a spec script, it's still important to give your reader, the director, the producer, whomever you're trying to pitch the script to, as many advantages to see the scene the way you want them to as possible. Once we establish our header, our set, then we move into action. Again, action does some pretty important things. Number 1, it's what we see. Even if it is a fade from black to somebody's nostril, whatever, stranger things have happened, we still need action to establish tone and direction for the scene. So don't forget about it just because you're eager to get into characters chit-chatting with each other. Besides, action also gives us the first introduction of characters. The first time a character appears in your script, their name appears in all caps. Now, after this first appearance, you can go ahead and just write it out normally. But again, don't forget about it. You're not just writing for yourself anymore. Each one of these are important cues that other people are going to have to pick up on. Making their job harder is not winning you any points. All right. Yes, that may seem like a lot of background work to do just before your character even opens their mouth, but it's worth it. All right, here we go. Character appears just about the middle of your page. This is usually about 2.5 inches in. Again, this is why writing software comes in really handy. And then the column appears right under it. All right. Snazzy, snazzy, dialogue, dialogue, all that good stuff. Now, you've probably at some point seen other extras attached to all of this, right? I believe nowadays they're actually called extensions. Back in my day, we called these little parentheses out to the side Rileys. Why? Because the big temptation was usually to tell a character to say a line Riley. What did Rye mean? Go look it up. Alright, so if you want to use the Rileys, here's a couple of suggestions for honestly when it's really appropriate. If your character needs to deliver a line in a tone that is counterintuitive to the scene, I would say that's appropriate. If you would like your character to speak in another language and you don't necessarily know or speak that language yourself, yes, you can put it here as well. You can sometimes even suggest accents, but honestly guys, remember that the more you suggest here in the extension or the slug line, the more you're trying to take over their job. I'll probably say it at least once more today, but let people do their job. Let the director be a director, let the actor be an actor, let the cinematographer be a cinematographer. You know, again, you won't necessarily win points by telling other people how to do their job. Now, helpful, specific details that communicate the story, yes, that's what we're looking for. Just be careful, once again, that you don't let your ego trump what your job as writer is really supposed to do. What was your job as writer again? Yes, that's right. Tell a good story. Now, other things that you can do is include a beat in between when your character is talking. A beat is pretty much just implied pause to kind of, if you will, give tempo or structure to a line. This is great for delivering punchlines to jokes, or maybe just having a very sobering moment where you don't see your character rushing into delivery of the information all that quickly. Other things that we can look at in this are indeed shots, angles, transitions, nifty things like that. But once again, do you really need it to tell a good story? Focus on that first, and then the rest of it will come later. Alright, well, now that we've had a chance to look at an example of dialogue, hopefully you see it's not even really that hard. Dialogue, once again, follows our rules of only writing what you can see and what you can hear. And honestly, there's so much more that your character can also say with their tone of voice, their facial expressions, their body language. You shouldn't worry quite as much about delivering every single detail so much as making sure your story is there first. But I know some people are going to say, but sure, there's so much more. There's camera angles and there's transitions and what about, smash cuts and fades and close-ins and establishing shots. Yes. Those are, if you will, particular strokes of the brush that should help you tell a good story. See, at the end of the day, guys, a director or producer or reader or somebody else isn't going to pick up your script because they're so impressed with how you wrote your camera angles. They're really not. What are they looking for? Yep. They're looking for how well you tell your story. If you do want a couple other resources to help you wrap your head around how to do some of the finer details in script writing, then I do have some great recommendations for you. Alright, resource number 1, screenwriting.info. Yes, that's actually what it's called. Go ahead and type that into HTML. This is a fantastic site that goes over not only the different formatting for how to do scenes, characters, writing, narrative arcs, all that kind of thing, but it has a really great vocabulary section. So you can actually learn what a montage is, what exactly does MOS stand for, and who is that smiley guy anyhow. So, screenwriting.info. The next up that I'm going to recommend, one of my favorites, is imsdb.com. That stands for Internet Movie Script Database.com. This one's fantastic because you can take a look at actual spec scripts, screenplays, that were made into movies. So you get to kind of peek behind the curtain and see what other writers did in order to make their scripts memorable or at least producible. So have fun with that one. The last one I'm going to recommend is simplyscripts.com. This one I think is really fun because not only does it have scripts on movies, but it also does television, and there's a couple other formats thrown in there as well. But particularly if you've kind of looked at movies and gone, well, maybe, but I'd also like to explore a couple of other formats, this would be the one. Television in particular. This gives you a glimpse not only of shows that have maybe been out there for a while, but it lets you look at their pilot episodes. And especially if you're thinking about getting into television, writing a good pilot is going to be one of the necessary skills that you develop. How to smoosh so many great ideas into one tester episode. Alright guys, well, our time together has gone pretty quickly, but that's all we have for today. Please make sure to take a look at some of the tools. I really hope they help you develop skills and abilities to take that movie in your mind and someday make it one that we can all enjoy. Well, that's all we have for today. So, there's only one thing left to say. Alright man, well it's been awesome. You look beautiful, you are beautiful. Stay beautiful next time. Oh, must you be going so soon? How the time flies. Alright my little chickadee, until next time. Well, looks like our charming time together is at an end again. Don't worry, I'll be back. Be seeing you. Another cup of coffee and I drag myself to work. My life is grounded in a firm routine of coffee, sleep and work. I am not boring, I just stick to what I know. Fidget. Alright. Hi guys, and welcome to Creative Writing. Now, last week we started looking a little bit more on script format. How to put the images on your images on your head in your mind. Alright, one more time, I didn't even do a countdown. So, alright. Next part. That's a Brussels sprout. Come on, man, that's not cool. I'm not biting that. Oh. Ah. Hungry? Yeah. For your desperation. My goodness, Vi, you look almost as fetching as I. Oh, is that what you were going to wear? One can only exist on cake and jam for so long. What say we go and grab a nosh? Miss me? Hey writers! Here's Scriptus! Should I do it? Very good.